The Gospel according to John, chapter 20, passage 4, Doubting Thomas and the Confession of Faith. Now Thomas, one of the 12, called Didymus, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples said to him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see in his hands the mark of the nails, and place my finger into the mark of the nails, and place my hand into his side, I will not believe." After 8 days, his disciples were again inside, and Thomas was with them. Jesus came, though the doors were locked, stood among them, and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here, and see my hands. Take your hand, and place it in my side. Do not disbelieve, but believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Let us consider their message. The story of Thomas, known as Doubting Thomas, is one of the most human moments in the Gospel. His reaction to the news of Jesus' resurrection is full of doubt. He was not with the disciples when Jesus first appeared to them. When he hears their testimony, "We have seen the Lord," he cannot believe. He demands evidence, wanting to see Jesus' wounds and touch his body. Thomas is not the only one who had difficulty believing. We often wish for tangible proof of God's presence, especially in difficult times. Sometimes it seems as though he is not there, that his promises are remote, and our faith is put to the test. Yet, Jesus does not reject Thomas, nor does he reprimand him for his doubts. After 8 days, he comes again, stands among the disciples, and says, "Peace be with you." Then, he addresses Thomas, inviting him to touch his wounds. Jesus comes not only to those who believe without hesitation but also to those who hesitate, who need an additional sign, who struggle with questions. Then comes one of the most significant confessions in the entire Gospel, "My Lord and my God." Thomas not only recognizes Jesus but confesses his divinity. This is the moment when faith moves from doubt to complete trust. Jesus utters a phrase that pertains to us as well. "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." We are not in Thomas's situation. We cannot physically see Jesus or touch his wounds. But faith is not based on evidence. It is based on an encounter with God, who is active in our lives. Can we trust Jesus even when we do not see? Are we ready to believe that he is alive and present in our lives? Thomas reminds us that doubts are not the end of the journey, but can be the beginning of a deeper faith. Jesus comes to us even when we close ourselves in our fears and anxieties. He stands among us and says, "Peace be with you." It is an invitation to trust him, to open ourselves to his presence, and to declare, "My Lord and my God." If you enjoy the way we conduct these conversations and wish for more topics like these to be created, you can support this work. Details can be found in the description. God bless you for your kindness.